Just launch into the riff. Back to the spending and inflation theme. You'd think with consumer prices up nearly 20% since Joe Biden took office, and with a CPI snapback in recent months to nearly 5% annually, way above the Fed's own 2% target, you'd think that Joe Biden, who's already in a heap of trouble on the inflation issue to begin with, you'd think he'd want to do something to curb inflation, maybe somehow salvage the election. So if you thought that, you'd be totally wrong. Biden has no such intention. By the way, Biden's the guy who just told an interviewer that he inherited a 9% inflation rate. Oh, actually, Donald Trump handed over a 1.4% inflation rate, which Joe Biden subsequently ran up to 9% with a massive federal spending and borrowing spree. Speaking of massive federal and borrowing, a bunch of recent articles have just come out showing that Biden would just love to spend up to $1.6 trillion of money that Congress has already approved, but the failed bureaucracy has not yet spent it out. The unspent money covers clean energy, EVs, various climate change giveaways, subsidies, tax credits, semiconductor manufacturing, and who knows what else. The misnamed Inflation Reduction Act, that's a big culprit in this story. It is still spending out. But even going back to March of 2021, which some call the original sin of inflation, there's still COVID money spending out. Really, COVID money. You can't make this stuff up. And actually, it would be a monumental task requiring some of the greatest minds alive today to figure out ways to spend $1.6 trillion of federal money in the next 6 months. Judging from Joe Biden's overall performance so far, he is not in possession of the greatest minds today. But they're all trying their hardest to spend and borrow and somehow buy the election. There's even another $350 billion under the guise of COVID-19 relief. That's right, COVID. This is for state and local governments. It's called the Coronavirus State and Local Fiscal Recovery Fund. It's bad enough this thing's still kicking around as a holdover from the Misbegotten American Rescue Act of 2021. But this money is supposed to be spent before the end of this year. Now, the Biden Treasury has decided if the states don't spend it, but if they just plan to spend it after the statutory deadline this year, then go on ahead and spend it anyway. Is this a great country or what? Now, Republicans have opportunities to stop this avalanche of inflationary spending, but they're going to have to get to work in the next 90 days. Meanwhile, the potential inflationary consequences of these dreadful policies could well lead to much higher interest rates and, of course, much greater deficits and borrowing and inflation. But Joe Biden doesn't care one whit about inflation. He thinks he's going to win the election this way. Well, Joe, remember this. FDR had 4 terms. You may only have 1. All right?